Okay, welcome back everybody. We're going to do some more commands. Let me do my routine of sharing this out on my socials and making sure my audio works. Sorry to turn my back to you. I will be there in just a second. And we're going to do some more networkGPT. Alright, so my audio is working. Okay, welcome back everybody. Mute that. Share this. networkGPT, more live development. And let me get it out onto LinkedIn. And we'll get going here. More live ChatGPT for network automation, development, streaming, YouTube, stream, Python, network, artificial intelligence. Alright, here we go, post, and let's get going. Alright, so I have my chat open here. If you want to say hello, let me know where you're coming in from. I'm going to try to keep an eye on it. What we're going to do today is add show IP OSPF. And as you can see, it has parsers for both iOS XE and NXOS. So we have to do our development first. And that'll give some people some time to join, but those are the commands we're going to use for our parsers for our next bit of code. I am going to have to turn my screen black at one point, just to let you know. I'll stay with you and chat, but I have to darken my screen so I can put in my private keys and such. So let's get started, and I start from the top down, and we always start with our spinners. And let me hide the terminal here. So again, this page is going to have a button and spinners for when the code is running to keep the user occupied. And we're going to change this to show IP OSPF. And we're going to change show IP route to show IP OSPF. And we're just going to duplicate our existing button from our last command. There's going to be a lot of copy paste. I'm going to try to move a little faster and get to the prompts. So show IP OSPF button, which takes us to show IP OSPF analysis. And we need to change these OSPF. Hang on, what did I call it? I always seem to do that to myself. Yeah, show OSPF spinner. Oh, and I should, hang on, that should say analysis spinner for consistency. Okay, so we're all done with our spinners and our buttons. Thank you for joining. We're going to move into our templates next, and we have a few to make. We have our on-demand template, and we're just going to copy show IP route and rename this to show IP OSPF. Now this is a Django template that will render, and I'm going to find route here and replace it with OSPF and change this variable. Now this variable will define in a model later, but this is the presentation layer where we're passing the data from the database into the front end so it can be presented. And I have to add the button itself, and we're going to try to put this in alphabetical order. So this is show IP OSPF elemental PQR, so above route. And we're going to say IP OSPF, 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 and it's going to take us to show IP OSPF analysis, all for the results. Now, that's all I need to do here, but I'm not quite done. I have a center where users can browse to the HTML page to view the results. So I have to copy this and give us a folder and a file for the results of show IP OSPF. And again, it's another similar quick update to the Django template. And we're going to change that variable right there as well, OSPF. And we're going to change, well, whatever, that's fine. I can leave that. All right, so, and then on our main HTML here, we need a link to, now where is my Let me move this back. That's not... What happened to my keyboard? I lost my keyboard. No, I didn't. Why is that not? Sorry, this table is just misaligned here. And I can't seem to do all of it at once. All right, so then I want to add, so this is interface state, all records. No, see, that should be all the way back here. Sorry about that, everybody. And I'm not closing these tables. I gotta fix this code in this. Right, so I should have a table closer at the end of these. That's why it didn't look right to me. All right, and then we're gonna take this and move it all back. Sorry, formatting. I just want to make sure this is consistent. Whoops. All right, and it's going to be show IP OSPF, 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 and then I need to add another JavaScript for that table. OSPF. All right, so we're all done with our HTML pages, our templates. So we're going to move into our admin, and admin we need to add register to our admin page, our two new models we're going to make. OSPF, OSPF. Our models, we're going to copy the last two, which is show IP route. So again, every prompt we have two. We have the prompts, which is the ChatGPT server and user, and we have the analysis, which is the server, the user, the host name, the output of the payload from the command, and the answers that the GPT provides us back. We're putting all of that into the database. So those models are done. Now, the next thing is URLs, but I put the URLs in on demand, but I still need to make my new HTML path in case the user wants to directly browse the results later. And this will just take a second. We need a URL. And this is, you can see I've been making reference to this URL all along. Well, now we need to make the view. And in the view, we need to reference the model and import it into the Python. So we're going to import that model we just created for the analysis. And we're going to create the view that loads the database and passes the data from the database into the Django template, excuse me. So when they visit this path, it loads that database data and renders the page. Save the URLs. Now, we're not quite done. We need to now make the actual URL in the on-demand center. All right, now this is what's going to trigger when they click the button, the Python code running. And we need to make our view and give it a friendly name. All right, so now we need to make our view. And hang on, our URLs is red because I missed a comma, it looks like. Yes, comma. All right, views. Again, we need to import our model at the top. OSPF. And welcome to the stream. Let me know, say hello. Happy to know where you're coming from in the world. Let me know if you have any questions, if I'm going too fast. If I've skipped over anything, let me know. I'm just in the middle of building this, and then I will compile it and we will run it. Now this is where I am running my Python job, which will load the database, and then I'm calling the latest results from that database and passing it in so it can be rendered. And that's all I need to do there. Now I need to do the actual Python scripts. I'm done with the Brainiac. Yeah, I'm done with all my folders. So I'm going to copy show IP route analysis and rename them the job file. And in the job file, I need to reference the OSPF script. And where's that other copy? Right here. And then my actual Python OSPF. Alright, now in my OSPF, I have to change a few things in here to make sure I'm loading from the right database. Load my prompts. And then I'm going to parse show IP OSPF with my prompt. And if it's not empty, pass it along. And then here I need to write the OSPF. To the database. Pass it into the WebEx. Okay, so I'm ready to compile this, I believe. I don't think I've missed anything. We'll give it a shot, and I'll have to darken my screen to put in my secret credentials into my backend database. So we're going to do a Docker build with my tag and my file. And that's running the cache, and I'm going to bring it up. Now while it comes up, we have a couple minutes here, but as soon as it's up, I'm going to turn my screen black and put in my credentials. So now it's not a bad time to take a break. I will be back. We're going to wait for this database to come up and get running, and then I'm going to turn off my screen for a second, and then we're actually going to do some prompting with the OSPF data. So thanks for sticking around. I'll be back shortly. Looks like it crashed. That's not good. What did I miss? Oh, how long has this been sitting here? Where's the line? 42 in URLs. Which URLs? Did I not rename the view when I copied it? Ha, there we go. Of course it's something simple, and of course I stepped away. All right, so let's build it again. I'm sorry, everybody. Docker compose down volumes. Copy paste mistake. Excuse me, and let me rebuild it. And bring it up again. Where's my Docker? I gotta flush those images. Sorry about that, everybody. I stepped away and I didn't realize that the build had crashed. So let me flush these and bring it up. Again, let me know where you're coming from in the world. Say hello in the chat. Okay, come on, let's go. So like I said, as soon as that's up, I'm going to have to turn off my screen for a second and put in some secret information. And then we should start to be able to play with the prompts and OSPF ChatGPT interaction. And if this works well, we can add some more commands. Like you saw, that process that I went through, it only takes 5 or 10 minutes, and that's with me explaining it and making a mistake, to add new functionality. So let's get OSPF going, and then maybe we can add more OSPF commands or do some neighbor work or something. We'll see. Any second now. Come on, Docker. Let's do it. So I think my Heimdall is up. Let's see. Now Heimdall, just to fill time here, Heimdall is a is what I use to like provide this front end. So I don't have to build like an HTML page with hyperlinks and everything. I just add the hyperlinks to this nice pre-built container, including my link to my admin dashboard for Django. So I think it's up now. It is, and everything came up clean, and we can see here our new show IP OSPF models have been migrated into the Postgres database. So Germany, Barbados, cool. Thanks for joining. I'm just outside of Ottawa. So now I'm just going to turn off my screen. Don't be alarmed. I'm not going anywhere. And my screen is, as soon as I've confirmed it's out, I will quickly add my credentials to my database. And then I'll turn the screen right back on. and this won't take too much longer. I just have a couple of keys that are private to me that I have to put into the backend database for this to work. And then I'll turn the screen back on and show you what else I need to do to make this work. Okay, so that's all done. And let me turn my screen back on. Thank you for your patience. Okay, so I have to add my devices, and this includes my host name. And I'm just going to confirm they're still up. You never know with these sandboxes. So I'm going to use 175. Yeah, and it is up and fine, which is a iOS XE dist router 01. Okay? So we're going to populate this as a router, and this is iOS XE, and this is a CSR 1000V. Username is Cisco, password is Cisco. We're using SSH 10.10.21.75, port 22, 360 connection timeout. And then we're going to add another, just because it is multi-platform, and we have 10.10.21.77, which is a Nexus 9000 V, and that's disk switch 01. Now, PyETS parsing, this is a switch and XOS. Parsing has the capability to parse show IP OSPF from both of these platforms. And that's what we're going to do. And we're going to interact with it with ChatGPT. Okay, so we have our devices in here. And now I'm going to go to my prompts. And if I go to show OSPF prompts, I'm going to add a prompt. And let's say you are a network engineer. And we're going to say, please explain the following Cisco show IP OSPF output to me. And summarize it. So explain it and summarize it. And then let's add another one that says you are an OSPF routing protocol analyzer. I don't know. Please analyze the following OSPF information and help me understand it. How about that? And we'll do other things. If you have a prompt, if you're watching and you think of something that you'd like to ask it about the show IP OSPF information, let me know and we can try it. All right, so I'm going to leave it there, and we're going to go into our on-demand analysis center. We're going to click Analyze OSPF Route. I'm going to Shift F5 to refresh the page. And there goes our spinner. Now, fingers crossed that our PyETS code or our Python script doesn't have any problems. So here's the information. I show IP OSPF. I'm parsing it into JSON, so I'm not just sending it this raw output. We'll see if the raw output maybe is better. We can play with that, but for now I'm actually sending it the parsed PyETS output here. Now in a second I should get in this room, and let me delete this so I have a marker. So anything after this deleted message is new. And this is some output from some other commands up above. But the GPT is thinking about it. Nothing has crashed, nothing has failed. GPT-4 has a little bit longer latency, let's call it, longer delay, longer response times. So we just have to be patient while it answers. Now 3.5 is faster, but the 4 answers are better. I can also send more tokens with 4. So I'm not worried about my token limit. And this latency here, I think is going to be worth the output that we get. We're just going to have to hang tight until the GPT answers. Now it's answered. Now this is going to be pretty neat. This is going to be pretty neat. And did it come into my WebEx? It did. Right, so you are a network engineer. Please explain the following Cisco show IP OSPF output to me and summarize it. This output refers to various data and settings for OSPF running on Cisco router process ID 1. It's a protocol to find best path in sending data between routers and IP network. Here are some key points from the output, right? And it has 11 key points. It knows the default VRF. It knows the router ID and that the process is enabled. It knows nonstop routing in and by-forwarding detection are disabled for this process. How long it's been running. Like, it's just remarkable. Remarkable, right? What do you think about this? I have to screenshot this and send it to Twitter, by the way. Come on, where's my screenshot? Here we go. Look at this. Look at this information. So if you want to read this, you can check my Twitter feed. And now here comes the next answer. And we're going to screenshot this as well. But let me post this first. And there's a particular tweet I'm going to look for. Someone asked for IGMP. Okay, hang on. So there's one screenshot. And then let's look at this other answer that just came in. So, please analyze it and help me understand it. Represents different configurations. I'll provide a quick overview of the key aspects included in this information. Here's the 6 information. Some features and optimizations that are enabled. Throttle timers, statistics, the area. Finally, graceful restart, right? Not enabled, not enabled. In summary, so like this is just remarkable to me. This is incredible stuff. And let's come up with some more prompts. Yeah, learning the technology, exactly. Thanks, Alexi. Hey, G. Williams from Louisiana. Thanks for joining, everyone. This is just remarkable. Oh, and it's doing it for my next device. It's not just NXOS. So I'm going to have to... Where was my... Hang on. There's my deleted message. There's the first one. This is the second one that I wanted. And then it's come in with answers about the other... Pretty crazy stuff. Pretty crazy stuff. So let's take a look at what the other answers look like. So here's the output and summarize it. Here's the, the 12 summaries and all the great information about this. Holy cow. This is just remarkable. So we're going to wait for the next answer. And here we go. And here's... Help me understand it. Here's an overview of the analysis. And here's all the great analysis here. Okay, so let's go back to our prompts and flush these prompts. And what we're going to do is add a new prompt and say, you are a network engineer. Please help identify ways to improve or enhance the following OSPF information. Following what? What should I say here? Please help me identify ways to improve and enhance the following OSPF configuration based on the output provided. How about that? Please help me identify ways to improve and include a summary of steps or commands. How about that? And we'll see the prompt in a second. Now we got to wait for the answer, but this is just, you're from Mars. Cool. I love that new song, Runaway to Mars, by the way. Talk, group from Ottawa. What if I run away to Mars? Great tune. I can't sing, but love that song. Okay, so we're just hanging out waiting for the GPT to think about ways to improve and enhance our OSPF based on the information provided. I'm going to screenshot this one as well. And it's going to do it for both. It's going to do it for our, this one looks like it's on our router 01. So this is the iOS XE. And then the next one will be the NXOS. And we'll see what it says on how to help us make this better. Bravo. Yeah, don't give up my day job for the singing. Come on now. So, I don't know. I hope maybe down the line there's an asynchronous version of this where my job would complete and eventually the answer would come back. Or that maybe the speed improves on these responses. But I'm also sending it quite a bit of data here. And asking it a pretty complex thing to do. So we're just hanging out waiting for the answer. If you have any prompts that you thought of yourself, let me know. This is show IP OSPF. We've done show IP route. I've done show IP interface brief, show interface. I'm working on, so every time I do one of these streams, I'm going to try to add a new aspect to this. Okay, so here we go. Here's our answers from the, and it actually, I think, gives us the commands. Like, look at this. Here's some recommendations to improve and enhance the configuration. Enable BFD support. Configure throttling. Configure LSA throttling. Configure incremental SPF. Adjust cost bandwidth. Enable graceful restart. Like I don't even know what to say. Based on the following OSPF output, help me optimize and enhance the OSPF configuration. Where did that room go? Because there's more. So I stopped at number 5. How much of that did I get in the screen? 5. Like, there's so much here. Oh, it's coming back with the next router. I was like, what's happening? The next router is coming in here. So let me... And let me show the next one as well. Yeah, I've played with AutoGPT as well. I'm just sort of waiting for it to give me, I don't know. I've played with it. And it's very, very impressive. I was hoping it had a bit more of a Python library or a way that I could call it as an API or something in the Docker. But it is very impressive. So that's like just incredible, right? Summarize it, help me improve it, give me the commands. It's just remarkable stuff. So I just want to show that today. I'm going to wrap things up for now. I appreciate everyone joining. Please follow me on Twitter. Please subscribe to this channel. Please like this video, all the good stuff. And keep an eye out for much more of this coming. I'll probably do maybe even some more streaming later today. I just need to take a break. So thanks for joining, and I'll see you real soon, everybody. Thanks. And use your imagination. This is really an exciting